Hello, friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. The season of upsets rolls on to the League Championship Series, and we open up in the National League, where the Los Angeles Dodgers, fresh off their upset of the top-seeded Philadelphia Phillies, head to Wrigley Field, where the Cubs, despite the worst record ever to make an FSBL postseason, have home field advantage in front of what is sure to be a raucous crowd in Wrigleyville after their stunning takedown of the two-time defending champion San Francisco Giants. The Cubs offense got it done against the Giants, but the Dodgers rotation is a different animal. But the Dodgers have batted only .221 this postseason, and the Cubs pitching, though without the big names on the Dodgers side, quieted the Giants' potent bats. So the matchup here is an intriguing one. Sandy Koufax, who struck out 11 over 7 innings of one-run ball in Game 2 against the Phillies, goes for the Dodgers, while Fergie Jenkins, who hurled a complete Game 5 hitter in Game 1 to set the tone against the Giants, gets the start for the Cubs. The NLCS is live now from Wrigley. Appreciate you all tuning in here for a little lunchtime playoff baseball. Wasn't sure I'd get to do a broadcast. Like I said, I have some house guests staying with me, but they're going to be gone for a few hours today, going and seeing some other friends and family of theirs. So I've got a little bit of a pocket here. We're going to try to get this one in. Fergie Jenkins, as we mentioned, a complete game in Game 1 against the Giants. Fergie was sensational. Struck out 7. Walked only 2, gave up 5 hits in a complete game effort. He will start off facing Jackie Robinson. Robinson batting .231, a homer and a pair of RBIs. Jenkins delivers. First pitch fastball misses up high, and we're underway. Jenkins, another one of those guys who has the retired number uniform thing. He's wearing 32 instead of the 31 he should have. I believe his I can fix, actually, though, this offseason. I think, actually, Bob Chipman is wearing number 31. So, Fergie, there's a workaround where if you send a guy down to the minors and then recall him, sometimes they'll pick that glitch. So I'll try to fix that with Fergie before year 5. That's the issue that comes up. Alan Trammell has it. Yogi Berra has it. But I think Jenkins is one I can fix. 3-0 pitch there to Robinson, in for a called strike. First strike chucked by Fergie in the early going here. Fastball misses down low for ball 4, so Jackie Robinson works a lead-off walk to get things underway here in Game 1 for the Dodgers. Here's Pete Reiser. Reiser batting .250 in the playoffs. Fastball, forkball actually, on the outside corner, borderline pitch there. Jenkins gets the nod. Takes a glance over at Robinson at first, delivers another forkball from Fergie, and that one is in at the knees. He's ahead 0-2. From the set, delivers. Reiser pokes it foul. It feels like at some point the Dodgers are going to need their offense to start with some kind of consistency. Sinker there gets Reiser to swing and miss. Strikeout for Jenkins, first out of the ballgame. Good sinker there from Jenkins. That sinker forkball combination from Fergie. He does try to keep the ball down in the zone. He gets Reiser here for the first out. The Dodgers, I mean, their pitching is exceptional, but at some point, can't rely on it every game. Here's Dan Brothers. Brothers, a terrific regular season yet again, but he's struggled a little bit in the postseason here. 182. 2 homers, 3 RBIs. That was all in Game 1 of the National League Division Series. Put a couple of balls out of the yard against Cole Hamels. Sinker there, misses down low. 1-1 the count. Jenkins delivers. Pitch out. Robinson's going. Throw down to second. Not in time, and Jackie Robinson swipes the bag. So the Cubs guessed right. They called the pitch out, but the throw from Hartnett short hopped in there, and Dowling wasn't able to get the tag down. 2-1. Count. Sinker there, in for a strike. It's 2-2. Jenkins delivers. Brothers fouls it off. Runner in scoring position early here for the Dodgers. Just underway here at Wrigley. Another sinker misses down low. Roy Campanella waits on deck for Los Angeles. Jenkins deals. Brothers pulls it to first. Cavaretta has it. He'll take it to the bag. Robinson moves over to third. And there's 2 away. The Dodgers lineup, Robinson, Reeser, and Brothers, as you've seen. Campanella, Wheat, and Collins, Davis, Russell, and Pinckney round out the Dodgers order. As we mentioned in the intro, the Dodgers batting .221 so far in the postseason. Pitching has carried them. Here's Campanella. Campanella batting only .150 in the playoffs. Takes a fastball for a called strike. Those numbers include the wild card game win over the Atlanta Braves. Steals. Good slider there at the knees, and the count goes to 0-2. Pitch, breaking ball. Campanella grounded to short. Dowling charges, has it, throws the first, and the side is retired. So, Jenkins gets around the walk. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Dodgers nothing. Cubbies coming up. On the hill for LA, Sandy Koufax. Koufax was terrific. He came out of the bullpen and worked some action in the finale of that series against the Phillies, but the start was sensational in Game 2. He'll open up against Bill Lang. Lang leading the postseason in batting average, batting at even .500. He had a sensational series against the Giants. First pitch, ripped down to third. Pinckney has it, though. Throws the first, and he pulls him off the bag. So it's a throwing error on George Pinckney to start off the bottom of the first. And the Cubs have the leadoff man on in the speedy Bill Lang. Played easily by Pinckney, right at him. Even though Lang runs well, he had plenty of time. But the throw from Pinckney pulls Brothers off the bag, and it's an early break for the Cubs. Here's Phil Cavaretta. Cavaretta batting .286 in the playoffs. Curveball misses inside. It's 1-0. No homers, 3 RBIs. Back checks Lang. Curveball in for a called strike. 1-1 the count. Koufax deals again. Runner goes. Hit and run. Smack down to third. Pinckney's throw over to first this time is on target. No shot at the double play with Lang in motion there. So 1 out. Lang on second. Your Cubs line up. Lang and Cavaretta. Santo, Nicholson, and Hack, Hafko, Dowling, Hartnett, and Baez round things out for the Cubs. So here's Ron Santo. Santo batting .400 in the playoffs. Koufax deals. Santo, first pitch swinging, skies it to center. Willie Davis is underneath it. Lang halfway. Will retreat to second, and there's 2 down.
Batting for the right fielder,
So that'll bring up the rookie, Bill Nicholson. Nicholson, 200 in the playoffs. He did have a homer in the series against the Giants. 40 homers in the rookie campaign for Nicholson, despite the low average. He hit 230 on the season. Fastball, runner goes. Lang tries to swipe third, and he is in there. Bill Lang with a stolen base, knowing that Koufax has that big curveball, trying to take that away from him, being 90 feet away. Don't want him bouncing one in the dirt and having one get past Campanella. So Lang is on third, 2 down. 0-1 as Koufax works to Nicholson. And Nicholson hammers this one deep to center, towards the gap in right center. That ball's off the top of the ivy. Lang scores easily. Nicholson pulls in at second with an RBI double. The Pinckney error to open up the inning proves costly for the Dodgers. And the Cubs have a 1-0 lead here in Game 1. Nicholson did not miss a homer by much. 110 off the bat. Nicholson crushed this ball. So now here's Stan Hack. Hack batting .375 in the playoffs. Curveball from Koufax in for a called strike. Oh, 0-1 the count. Koufax deals. Change up, misses down and away. Lifetime 300 hitter on the dot. Stan Hack of the Cubs. 1-1 the count. Koufax deals. Hack smacks it down to third. Pinckney throws the first. And the side is retired. But the Pinckney error to open the inning proves costly. Lang reaches, swipes second, swipes third, and then scores on the Nicholson double. We head to the top of the second at Wrigley. Game 1 of the NLCS. Cubs lead it 1-0. Wayne Marks, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Hope all is well with you, sir. Be sure to check out Wayne's fabulous channel when you get the opportunity. Always a lot of baseball content over in Wayne's world. Here's Zach Wheat. Wheat batting .273 in the playoffs. Jenkins deals. Fastball in for a called strike. Fastball there, misses down low. 1-1 the count. Jenkins delivers. Fouled off. Count goes to 1-2. The pitch from Jenkins. Fastball up and in. Wheat swings and misses. Second strikeout for Fergie, and there's one away here in the second.
The designated hitter, number 12.
Good spot from Jenkins. So down goes Wheat. Here's Ripper Collins. Collins batting .375 in the postseason. Fouled straight back. Yeah, but the 82 and 80, they have home field because they won the division and the Dodgers were the wild card. So even though the Dodgers had the better record, home field advantage for the Cubs. We'll see if that proves to be a benefit here in the series. Certainly won't hurt them. 1-1 the count. Jenkins delivers. Collins fouls it off. Jenkins delivers. Good sinker there, down and away. That may have been outside. Jenkins has been painting corners to this point, and he's getting the calls. That is a borderline at best pitch, but Collins turned aside. Back-to-back strikeouts to open up the second for Fergie Jenkins. Here's Willie Davis. Davis turns this one out to right. lofts it. Plenty of time. Nicholson gets under it. So a 1-2-3 inning for Fergie Jenkins. We'll head to the bottom of the second here at Wrigley. Cubs 1, Dodgers nothing. Here's Andy Pafko. Pafko batting 167 in the play. Tightening up the cleat a little bit. He's driven in a couple of runs, despite the low average. Curveball from Koufax misses outside. Some of the calls on the corners Jenkins got it. Koufax has got to be wondering what he's got to do there. Fastball misses down low. And George Pinckney made a throwing error. First batter of the game for the Cubs, Bill Lang, on a routine play at third. The error let Lang reach. Lang stole second, then moved over to third. I think I mistakenly said he stole third. He moved over to third on a ground out from Cavaretta, and then scored on the. No, that's right. He did steal third. That's right. The runner moving over on the ground out was Robinson in the top half. So moved over and then scored on the Nicholson double. Nicholson, maybe by a foot, missing a 2-run shot. Sparked the Cubs, doing his dances and gesticulations on top of the dugout after the leadoff walk. Here's Bill Dallin. Dallin batting .214. Koufax deals curveball in for a called strike. Oh and 1 the count. Koufax deals. Swung on and missed. A bender there from Sandy. Oh and 2 the count. Koufax deals. Curveball fouled off. Oh and 2. Koufax deals. Fastball swung on and missed. Sandy fans him for the first out here in the bottom of the second. That's the first strikeout for Koufax.
Batting eighth, the catcher, Gabby Hartnett.
So that'll bring up Gabby Hartnett. Hartnett, a miserable regular season. He's batting .333 so far in the playoffs. Remember, Hartnett had a 3-homer game in the clincher at the end of the regular season, and Cubs fans were hoping that would carry over into the playoffs. He hasn't homered in the postseason, but he has kept swinging a good bat. Juices in the postseason, nobody will remember that he had a bad regular season. Fastball there from Koufax backs him up. Count goes to 1-1. Koufax delivers. Ground ball through the right-hand side. It's a base hit for Hartnett. Runner will hold at second, but it's 2 men on for the Cubbies here in the bottom of inning number 2. Fastball down and in, and Hartnett just shot it through the hole. So now here's Javi Baez. Baez had a miserable series against the Giants, still looking for his first hit in the postseason. He actually sat out the clincher in favor of Darwin Barney, who was in for his defense. They're going to give Baez a crack here, at least in game 1. Koufax checks the runners, delivers. Fastball's a called strike. 1-1 the count. Koufax deal. Baez fouls it off. Now it goes to 1-2. Koufax from the set again. Delivers. Fastball off the plate. 2-2 the count. Koufax deals. Baez goes reaching for a change up away. Gets a piece of it, though, to stay alive. Two pitch. Popped up on the infield. Infield fly rule is in effect. Brothers puts it away. Nobody tries to get sneaky. And there's 2 down here in the bottom of the second. So here's Bill Lang. Lang, as we mentioned, reached on the error to start off the game for the Cubbies. Pinckney with the throwing error, letting Lang reach. He ultimately came around to score on the Nicholson double. That's right, they ran a hit and run with Cavaretta. Lang was in motion. Cavaretta grounded out to Pinckney. Couldn't turn the double play because Lang was in motion. So he didn't really steal second. He did steal third. 1-0 pitch. Fastball is a called strike. One and one as Koufax tries to get out of a jam here in the bottom of the second. Lang chops it up the middle. Robinson on the backhand. Flips to Russell. They get the force. And the side is retired. Nice play there by Jackie. So we're through 2 here in Chicago. Cubs lead it 1-0 as we head to the top of the third. Game 1 of the National League Championship Series. Jeff Hunter checks in. How are you, Jeff? Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for swinging on by. Here for a little lunchtime playoff baseball. Here's Bill Russell. Russell has struggled so far in the postseason, batting .071. Fastball, and Jenkins again gets a beneficial call there. Very top of the zone. Fastball there, misses down low. It's 2-1. Jenkins deal. Russell out into center. Coming on is Lang. Coming on. He's going to have to play it on the hop. So Russell drops a single into center. Russell definitely needed that hit as he tries to get his bat going. And that will bring up George Pinckney, the third baseman. Pinckney will try to atone for his first inning error that led to the Cubs' run. Pinckney batting .238 in the playoffs. Sinker up in the zone gets the call and strike. Jenkins from the set. Delivers. Pinckney fouls it off. Oh, and 2 the count. Fergie deals. Breaking ball. Pinckney gets a piece to stay alive. Jenkins deals. Pinckney pulls that slider foul. That was not where Jenkins wanted that slider. He got away with one there. 0-2. Still the count as Jenkins works to Pinckney here. That one down and in, and that one gets past Hartnett. And the runner's going to take second. Wild pitch on Fergie Jenkins. Goes all the way to the wall. So that takes the double play out of play. 1-2 the count. Jenkins deals. Slider rides inside. Pinckney takes it. The count goes to 2-2. Jenkins from the set. Delivers. Sinker down low, and Pinckney lays off. Hartnett trying to settle Jenkins down here. Jackie Robinson waits on deck for Los Angeles. 3-2 pitch from Jenkins. Fouled off. pitches so far in this at-bat for George Pinckney against Fergie Jenkins. Fergie deals again. Ground ball down to first. Cavaretta will take it to the bag himself. Runner will move up, but a productive out for Pinckney. And there's one away. So now Robinson comes up, the tying run on third. Robinson walked his first time up, stole second, but then was stranded. Jenkins deals. Robinson swings and misses at a slider for strike one. Oh, 1 pitch. Slider there, and that one is a borderline call Jenkins doesn't get. 1-1 the count. Pulls this one down the left field line. That's a fair ball, and we're tied. Robinson trying for two. The throw comes in from Pafko, not in time. It's an RBI double for Jackie Robinson. And the Dodgers have tied game 1 at 1 here in the top of the third. Pafko got to it quickly, made a solid throw, but Robinson gets in there safely. Robinson, who was having a bad postseason until the final game of the Phillies series, has now reached both times in this one. Pickoff throw to second. Jackie dives back in. Dallin tried to slip in behind him. One away. Here's Pete Reeser. Take the fastball outside. One and 0. Fastball is fouled off. One and 1 the count. Jenkins delivers. Smack down to third, but Santo picks it cleanly. Nice play by Santo. And there's 2 away. Robinson holds at second. Reeser hit that ball hard. Santo kicks it without fail. 2 down. Robinson still at second. Here's Brothers. Brothers grounded out his first time up. Fastball misses away. And Brothers had 2 homers in game 1 of the division series against the Phillies, but he really hasn't done much since. Fastball misses down low. Brothers, a possible free agent at the end of the year. He has been terrific for the Dodgers for 4 seasons. Fastball there on the black, and it's 2-1. Jenkins deals. Brothers pulls that one foul into the Dodger dugout. Two and 2. Jenkins comes to the set again. Delivers, curveball misses inside, and the count goes full. Roy Campanello waits on deck. Breaking ball, grounded to short. Dallin has it, throws to first, and the side is retired. But Jackie Robinson ties the ball game with an RBI double. We'll head to the bottom of the third here at Wrigley. Dodgers and Cubs tied at 1 in game 1. Here's Phil Cavaretta. Cavaretta grounded out his first time up.
The first baseman, number 44.
Fastball for Koufax misses away. Fastball there is fouled off. Koufax, the best season of his career here in the FSBL here in year 4. In terms of ERA, although his record wasn't great, he did not get a ton of run support, but as far as just how he threw, Koufax was sensational. 1-2 pitch. Cavaretta fouls it off. Breaking ball. Cavaretta puts it out in the center. That's going to be a base hit. Davis has to play it on the hop. Cavaretta makes a turn, but he's not going anywhere, and he's on with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the third. So that'll bring up Santo. Santo is 0 for 1. Koufax steals. Santo fouls it off. One pitch from Koufax. Santo smokes it. Base hit for Santo. Davis cuts it off. Cavaretta's going to round second and go to third, and it's runners at the corners with nobody out for the Cubbies here in the bottom of inning number 3. Santo hammered that ball in the center. 115 off the bat. Santo jumps all over that one. Koufax not at his sharpest here in the early going. Here's Bill Nicholson. Nicholson had the RBI double. His first time up. Change up here. Nicholson fouls it off. Koufax has been a sensational playoff pitcher for the Dodgers. For 1 pitch. Fastball misses up and in. 1-1 to count. Cubs have Koufax on the ropes here in the bottom of the third of a tie ball game. Sandy trying to dig his way out. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count goes to 1-2. Back sets again. He would love a strikeout here. 1-2 pitch. Fastball down and away. Nicholson lays off. 2-2 the count. Back checks the runners again. Delivers fastball up and in. Ties Nicholson in knots. Strikeout number 2 for Koufax. There's one away. Here in the bottom of the third, a big strikeout for Sandy. I think I earlier said Koufax struck out 3. I think I flipped his and Jenkins strikeout goals to this point. Here's Stan Hack. He's 0 for 1. Breaking ball. Hack pulls it down. Hack rounded out his first time up. Still batting .353 in the postseason. Koufax from the set. Fastball way outside. It's 1-1. Koufax delivers. Breaking ball is fouled off. 1-2 the count. Koufax delivers. Breaking ball pulled foul. One and 2. Change up. Hack bites it off. This will be a rough one to not get anything out of if you're the Cubs. You have Sandy Koufax on the ropes. You've got to make him pay for it. 1-2 pitch. Fastball popped up in the catcher's circle. Campanella sheds the mask, and Hack is retired, and there's now 2 away.
52.
So now the Cubs on the brink of letting a golden opportunity get away. Here's Andy Pafko. Pafko walked his first time up. Cubs had first and third with nobody out. Now it's first and third with 2 outs. Koufax fields. First pitch fastball in for a called strike. Koufax trying to bear down here. A 1 pitch. Pafko pokes it out to second. Robinson has it. Throws to first and Koufax gets out of the jam. And the Cubs come away empty. Big series of outs there for Sandy Koufax. We're a third of the way through here in Game 1 at Wrigley. Dodgers 1, Cubs 1 as we head to the 4th. Here's Roy Campanella. Campanella is 0 for 1. Continuing his struggles this postseason. Grounded out back in the first. Jenkins deals. Campanella goes the other way, slicing towards the line. That's extra bases. That's heading into the corner. Campanella does not run well, but he should pull in at second easily here. Makes a turn, but Campanella thinks better of it. And he holds at second. It's a leadoff double for Roy Campanella to open up the top of the 4th. Expression the better part of valor there for Campanella. Slicing away from Nicholson down into the corner, but Campanella slow to say the least. Decides to not get greedy and hold up at second with the double. Here's Zach Wheat. Fastball from Jenkins, misses up and away. Wheat struck out his first time up. Fouled off. Count goes to 1-1. Deals curveball. Wheat pulls it into center. There's a base hit. Coming up and throwing. Bill Lang, throw home. Campanella will score. It's an RBI single for Zach Wheat, and the Dodgers have taken a 2-1 lead. Wheat singles up the middle. Campanella comes around to score. And on the heels of first and third and nobody out for the Cubs in the bottom of the third and them coming away empty-handed, the run here for the Dodgers certainly hurts. Fastball away to Ripper Collins, misses for ball 1. Collins struck out his first time up. Runner goes, Collins pokes it down. One and one, Jenkins delivers. Ground ball to second. This should be 2, 4, 6, 3, double play. Collins hit it hard, but right at Javi Baez. Win killing there for the Cubs. 2 down. So that'll bring up Willie Davis. Davis flew out his first time up. Misses for ball 1. Fastball in for a called strike. 1-1 the count. Fourth ball there. Davis hits it hard, but foul. Remember, Willie Davis started off this season on an uncharacteristic power tear through the first 2 months of the season. He cooled off, but still broke the 20 mark for the first time. Slider misses inside. Full count as Jenkins works to Davis. Fastball there, Davis, high fly ball to right. Nicholson tracking back, still going, makes the grab, and the side is retired. But the Roy Campanella double is followed by the Zach Wheat RBI single to give the Dodgers the lead here in Game 1. We head to the bottom of the fourth. It's 2-1 LA. Here's Bill Dallin. Dallin struck out his first time up. See if Koufax is bolstered by getting out of the jam in the bottom of the third. Sandy has not looked his sharpest as of yet. Ground ball, base hit up the middle. So Dallin opens up the bottom of the fourth with a leadoff single. Here's Gabby Hartnett. Hartnett singled his first time up. Go over to first. Dallin gets back. Backfields. Fastball on the corner for a called strike. That's the kind of pitch that Jenkins has gotten a lot in this game. Koufax has not seemed to get the same call, but he gets that one. 0-1 pitch. Change up. This is down low. 1-1 the count. Fastball backs Hartnett off. It's 2-1. Fastball misses inside. 3-1 the count. Javi Baez waits on deck. Back steals. Fastball swung on and missed, and the count goes full. Full count offering here from Koufax to Hartnett. Dallin on first here in the bottom of the fourth. Fastball, Hartnett fouls it straight back. Checks Dallin and delivers. Fastball misses up and away for ball four. So the Cubs have the first two men on here in the bottom of the fourth. Here's Baez. He popped out his first time up. Cubs with another opportunity. Back fields. Fastball called strike. And the Cubs cash in before Koufax sorts this all out. Again, he has not been overly sharp here in the early going. He's made the big pitches when he's had to. Baez down the left field line, but it hooks foul. Koufax ahead of him 0-2. Here's the pitch. Curveball, strike three called at the knees. Baez doesn't like it. But Koufax sends Baez back to the dugout. Big strikeout for Sandy, and there's one away. Order turns over. Here's Bill Lang. Lang is 0 for 2. Lang has been the Cubs' best hitter this postseason. Fastball right down the middle for strike one. Koufax from the set. Breaking ball, and it's fouled off, and now Koufax ahead of Lang 0-2. Koufax once again trying to work out of a jam. Chances at the runner and delivers. Change up, misses down low. 1-2 the count. Lang didn't go chasing there. We'll see what Koufax has up his sleeve here. 1-2 pitch. Fastball up and away, and Lang again lays off. 2-2 the count. Bill Cavaretta waits on deck for the Cubs. 2-2 from Koufax. Breaking ball. Lang shoots it down to first. Brothers knocks it down. Lang gets down the line quickly. They get him at first. Koufax covers. Good recovery from Brothers, who knocks it down. That would have been extra bases if Brothers hadn't knocked it down. Terrific job there by Dan Brothers. Knocks it down. It stays in foul. It trickles into foul territory. We'll go check this one out. This one warrants it. Slicing. Did that hit the ground? Oh, that was a liner. Oh, that was a liner. I thought it had hopped once. Line drive. Brothers knocks it down. That's an extra base hit into the corner if Brothers doesn't make that play. Stays with it, picks it up, flips to Koufax, and they just got him. They got him by a little more than I thought they did, actually. But a huge defensive play from Dan Brothers. Dallin moves to third. Hartnett moves to second. You're not going to walk Cavaretta to load the bases and face Santos. Santos hitting 400 in the playoff. And again, that's not my call yet anyway. I don't get involved in that stuff till the 7th. But you could have made the argument, but not with the way that Santos is hitting. Take your lefty-lefty matchup here. So now a big spot for Cavaretta. Again, the Cubs had first and third and nobody out in the bottom of the third and came away empty. They had first and second with nobody out to open up the fourth. Again, they've got 2 outs now and still haven't gotten a run home. Fastball from Koufax. Cavaretta swings and misses. Widowmaker, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Good one brewing here in Game 1 of the NLCS. 1-1 fastball, misses up high. Koufax trying to walk the tightrope once more. The 2-1 pitch from Sandy. Breaking ball, Cavaretta pulls it foul. Koufax now a strike away from getting out of another jam. Two-two pitch. Cavaretta fouls it off. Seems the spot right for a breaking ball away from Koufax. We'll see what he offers. He went up and in on Nicholson in this situation last time he faced him. 2-2 pitch. He goes up and in on Cavaretta, who puts it out in the right. Base hit, Phil Cavaretta. RBI single for Cavaretta, and the Cubs have tied the ball game here in the bottom of the fourth. Huge hit for Cavaretta. Koufax comes up and in, and Cavaretta fights it off in the right field, and we're knotted up at 2 here in the bottom of the fourth. And now here's Santo. Santo 1 for 2. 2 outs, first and third. Changeup misses down low. As we mentioned, Koufax has not been his sharpest here in this one. Cubbies have had base runners. And the Cavaretta hit opened up the floodgates a bit. Curveball there just misses low. Koufax behind Santo 2-0 with Nicholson on deck. Koufax from the set. Delivered. Fastball swung on and missed. It's 2-1. That may well have been ball 3. Two and 1 the count. Koufax deals. Santos swings and misses. Straight gas that time from Sandy, and the count goes to 2-2. Crowd on its feet here at Wrigley, trying to pull Santo through this. Looking for a big knock. 2-2 offering with 2 men on and 2 out. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Koufax whiffs Santo to end the fourth. But the Cubs get the big hit from Cavaretta. Koufax pumped up after the strikeout, but at the same time, he's mad at himself for not executing to Cavaretta. Cubs tie it up. We head to the 5th, deadlocked at 2. NLCS Game 1. Here's Bill Russell. Russell singled and scored his first time up.
the shortstop, Bill Russell.
Fastball is a called strike. Oh and 1 the count. Jenkins delivers. Fastball misses away. One and 1. Sinker there rides in on Russell, who fights it off foul. Jenkins delivers. Sinker misses down and in. Cool Fergie Jenkins story. Back when I first started doing this, I had a Twitter account, which I still do. I just really don't use it at all. It's just not really conducive to it. But when I first started, I posted Fergie Jenkins had thrown a good game for the Cubs in probably in year 1 of the FSBL or whatever, and I posted on X. And Fergie Jenkins liked my tweet. It was like, oh my God, Fergie Jenkins. How freaking cool is that? My brush with greatness. One away after Russell flies out. Here's George Pinckney. Pinckney is 0 for 1. Fouls off the fastball. Jenkins delivers. Sinker misses down low. 1 and 1 the count. Popped up, foul ground. Santo trips over. He'll have room. Puts it away for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, second baseman, Jackie.
So 2 away. The order will turn over. Here's Jackie Robinson. Robinson walked his first time up, then doubled home Russell his last time up. That tied the game at 1. Robinson puts this one out towards right, slicing into the seats. Foul ball. 0 and 1 the count. Jenkins deals. Fastball misses up and away. Good slider there from Jenkins. Robinson goes chasing. And the count is 1 and 2. Slider there. That one hung a little bit. Robinson fouls it off. Fergie deals. Robinson grounder to second. Baez has it. Throws to first. And the side is retired. So good work from Fergie Jenkins in the top of the 5th after the Cubbies tie it. We're midway through here at Wrigley. Game 1. The National League Championship Series of Year 4 of the FSBL. Dodgers 2. Cubs 2. Here's Bill Nicholson. Nicholson 1 for 2. He hammered an RBI double in the first. He missed a home run by about a foot. It's just at the bottom of that cage, atop the wall in right center. First pitch curveball from Koufax misses away. Fastball there off the plate. It's 2-0. Appreciate you all tuning in for some lunchtime playoff baseball. I know most people at this time of day are probably listening in the background at work or whatever, but however you are giving me your time, it is greatly, greatly appreciated. 3-0 pitch from Koufax to Nicholson. Misses outside, so a 4-pitch walk opens up the bottom of the 5th. Now Koufax will deal with Stan Hack. And Koufax has not been at his usual exceptional self here in Game 1. He has fought through it so far to this point. Hack is 0 for 2. Backfield, Stan Hack, fly ball to right. Pete Reeser waits for it to come down, puts it away for out number 1. Nicholson retreats back to first. So 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Nathaniel joined us. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for checking in. A little time to bang out a daytime playoff game here. Here's Andy Pafko. Pafko is 0 for 1. He's also walked. Breaking ball from Koufax is in for a called strike. Fastball. Ooh. Borderline pitch up and in. Koufax gets the benefit of the doubt there. Now he's ahead of Pafko 0-2. Koufax deals. Fastball up high. Pafko chases. 2 men down. 5th strikeout for Koufax.
Now batting, number 54.
Now I asked, am I going to stream tonight? I don't know. I have house guests, a couple of my son's friends from college are staying with us for a few days. So it depends on what their plan is. And I've got work tonight with the NBA Finals. If the NBA Finals wrap up tonight, I may be tied up at work a little bit. So we'll see. If I have the chance to stream and it's possible, I will do so. But it probably will be on the late. It'll probably be at the 11:30 side. It'll probably be late if I do it at all. But I cannot guarantee that I'll be able to get one done tonight. But I had a little pocket here in the afternoon before work, so I figured I would try to get a game in now. Fastball there is a called strike. So Koufax ahead of Dallin here, 0-2. Nicholson, who walked the lead off the inning, still on first. Koufax fields, fastball fouled up. Oh-2 pitch from Koufax. Breaking ball pulled in the hole. There's a base hit for Bad Bill Dallin. Nicholson will hold at second, but the Cubs have 2 men on again. Gotta get that chain off of Dallin. I got it off of, I guess it was there was somebody who I saw last broadcast who had a chain on that I got off of. So Dallin needs that. Bad Bill Dallin was not walking around with a gold chain. Here's Cabby Hartnett. Hartnett 1 for 1, single back in the second. Koufax again dealing with the runner in scoring position. Fastball popped up. He jammed Hartnett. Brothers underneath it. Puts it away in foul ground to retire the side. So we're through 5 here in Game 1 of the NLCS. Dodgers and Cubs tied at 2. Here's Pete Reeser. Reeser is 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded out. Fergie Jenkins at 79 pitches as we open up the 6th. Oh boy. That certainly looked like a strike, but apparently not to the home plate umpire. That one, however, is on the outside corner. 1-1 to count. Jenkins fields. Fouled up. Fork ball away. Reeser goes chasing, and there's 1 away. 4th strikeout for Jenkins. That's why he's Bad Bill wearing all that bling. Todd B checks in. How are you, Todd? So down goes Reeser. 1 away. Here's Brothers. Brothers 0 for 2. Hammers that one in the left. Base hit. So Brothers lines one the other way as he tries to get his bat going. And he hit the 2 home runs in Game 1 of the National League Division Series, but Brothers really hadn't done much since then. Serves this one the other way out in the left field past Santa. So 1 down, 1 on. Here's Campanella. Campanella's 1 for 2. Slider down and away for ball one. Campanella doubled his last time up and came around to score on the Zach Wheat RBI single. That gave the Dodgers a 2-1 lead at the time. Cubs have since tied it up. Fastball in for a called strike. It's 1-1. That's this good game here, it looks. Yeah, this has been a fun one. Koufax is not at his sharpest. He's worked out of a bunch of jams. This could have been much, much worse for the Dodgers at this point. But Koufax has made a bunch of big pitches, although Phil Cavarretta, with a great at-bat, the RBI single that tied the game. Campanella hammers this one foul. 2-2 the count. Sinker rides in. Cubs bullpen has been very good. They've been good all season. They were good against the Giants. Jenkins is at 89 pitches here in the sixth. Campanella fly ball to center. Dead center. Lang is underneath it. Puts it away for the second out. Rowe comes in and gets away. No harm, no foul. Cavarretta backing up.
Now batting, left field, Zach.
I think if you're the Cubs, if you can get Fergie through 7, you'd probably sign up for it. Here's Zach Wheat. Wheat had that RBI single, as we just mentioned. He's 1 for 2. Fastball misses up high. Game 1 of the American League Championship Series between the Red Sox and Twins from the Metrodome will be either late tonight or sometime tomorrow. That ball is lined to short, and the side is retired. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Baez, Lang, and Cavarretta due up for the Cubbies. We're tied at 2. Baez 0 for 2. He has struck out and popped out. Koufax is at 91 pitches, opening up the bottom of the 6th. This has been a gutty grinder effort from Koufax, rather than his frequent dominant self. Gets the pop-up here. Oh, Brothers kind of got spun around there, and Brothers still makes the play. Nice play by Dan Brothers, who's made 2 this game. He made the big play on the Lang shot down the line before. Here's Lang again. He's 0 for 3. Fastball misses inside. That ALCS matchup, Pedro Martinez will start game 1 for the Red Sox. Bert Blyleven will start for the Twins. Change up misses down low. Koufax deals. Lang flies it to center. Coming on is Willie Davis. Still coming. He'll get there. Puts it away for the second out. 4 pitches, 2 outs for Koufax here in the bottom of the 6th. That makes it a bit more likely, barring the rest of the inning. Koufax will get the 7th. Here's Cavarretta. Cavarretta with the game-tying single his last time up. Breaking ball here, shoots this one to the left. Russell on the backhand, throws the first, and the side is retired. So a quick inning for Koufax gets us through 6. We head to the 7th, game 1. National League Championship Series, Dodgers 2, Cubs 2. Ripper Collins will lead off the 7th for LA. Collins is 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded out.
Number 12.
Jenkins starts the 7th at 92 pitches. Fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Sean Marshall, the lefty, Felix Rodriguez, the righty, have started throwing in the Cubs bullpen. Sinker down low. Collins chases and fouls it off. 0-2 the count. Fastball misses up high.
Up next to the Dodgers, the center fielder, Willie.
So one away, here's Willie Davis. Davis is 0 for 2. He has flown out twice. Jenkins gets the sign from Hartnett. First pitch in there for a called strike. Oh, 1 pitch. Davis fouls it off. So Jenkins ahead of him here 0-2. Hartnett signals he wants it up. Jenkins obliges. Davis lays off. 1-2 the count. Curveball misses inside. They classify that as a slider. That was pitch number 100 for Fergie. 2-2 the count. Jenkins deals. Fastball misses up and away, and the count goes to 3-2. Jenkins, fastball up high. Davis chases. That was ball 4. That was well out of the zone. That was up at Davis's eyes, but he chased it, but he got a piece of it to foul it off. 3-2 offering. Shot in the hole. Backhand. Tough play by Dowling. Long throw. He's not going to get him. Davis runs too well. And it's a 1-out infield single for Willie Davis. Dowling did everything he could there. But Davis just gets down that line too well. So an infield single for Willie Davis. We'll see if the Dodgers put him in motion. I think if you're the Dodgers, you're going to pinch hit for Russell here. No, you've only... Scioscia's the only lefty. I'm not even worried about it from a platoon perspective, though. Matt Kemp has swung a great bat so far in the playoffs. Kemp's going to get this. So Kemp will pinch hit for Russell. 429 in the playoffs for Kemp. Starting against lefty. He'll come in for the pinch hit against the righty Jenkins. First pitch fastball in for a called strike. 1 out, Davis on first. There is bullpen action for the Cubs. Right now, this is Fergie's game. He's earned that. He was terrific in game 1 against the Giants. He's been solid here today. Sinker on the inside corner. He's ahead of Kemp 0-2. Jenkins checks the runner. Delivers. Slider off the plate. Kemp lays off. Yes, Todd B with the interesting stat. Fergie Jenkins, 71, 39 starts, 30 complete games. Not something you will ever see again. 1-2 pitch from Jenkins. Bender, Kemp pokes it. Cavaretta snares it. A soft kind of, not even far enough to call it a humpback liner, just an off the end of the bat, soft pop up to first. Cavaretta makes the play, and there's 2 down. So Jenkins gets Kemp. And now here's George Pinckney. Pinckney is 0 for 2. Pinckney will get to keep his at bat here. Down in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Hartnett. Fastball in for a called strike. It's 1-1. Fastball on the pitch out, I should say. Davis not running, and the count goes to 2-1. Jackie Robinson waits on deck. Jenkins wants to get Pinckney here. 2-1 pitch. Fastball. Pinckney checks his swing, but it's a called strike anyway. 2-2 the count. Jenkins deals. Pinckney lofts one, left field, drifting towards the line. Pafko makes the grab, hitting into the wall to retire the side. It looks like Pafko momentarily forgot how many outs there were. But that was 3. You're out of the jam, and we're into the 7th inning stretch. NLCS Game 1 heads to the bottom of 7. And that's going to be it for Koufax. Jim Brewer gets the call for the Dodgers, so Koufax's day is done. We'll get Sandy's final line in this one. Brewer has made 4 postseason appearances, 2.7 ERA. Tommy Corcoran will come in to play shortstop for Bill Russell. And Ron Santo will start off for the Cubs. Again, the 3-batter rule really changes your bullpen kind of situation because you got a couple lefties up after this in Nicholson and Hack, but Santo the righty. Let's check out Koufax's final line here. 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs. Only one of those was earned. 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Again, the George Pinckney error on Bill Lang's first at bat opened up that run in the first inning. So again, Koufax certainly not his sharpest, but Koufax grinded through this one. Gave the Dodgers a good effort, even not at his best. Now the Dodgers have turned it over to the bullpen. Brewer working to Santo, who's 1 for 3. Screwball swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Good curveball there. Brewer ahead of him 0-2. Larry Sherry the righty, Jerry Royce the lefty. Pitch coming from Brewer. Fastball misses up high. Brewer did not have a good regular season. He was actually sent down to the minors for a while. He's looked much sharper so far in the postseason. Surely, my mentioning that will prove to be the kiss of death here. 1-2. Fastball fouled off. 1-2 pitch from Brewer. Comes inside and he hits him. Brewer hits Santo to open up the bottom of the 7th. And now here's Bill Nicholson. Nicholson is 1 for 2. He had the RBI double in the first. Not the way Brewer wanted to start this one off. Curveball there. Nicholson swings and misses. Slow bender from Brewer. Gets him for strike 1. Deals. Fastball up and away. Nicholson chases. Now Brewer ahead of Nicholson 0-2. Get the pitch. Screwball misses inside. One and 2 to the count. Deals. Curveball misses down and away. 2-2. Stan Hack waits on deck. Brewer delivers. Nicholson, fly ball deep to right. It hooks foul. Two pitch. Popped up. On to the outfield grass, a couple of steps goes Robinson, but a big out there for Brewer. So Robinson makes the grab. Nicholson is set aside. 1 away. And here's Stan Hack. Hack is 0 for 3. Blew out his last time up. Todd Harry reaching for the top shelf liquor cabinet in the Cubs broadcast booth. Time to drink. 1 away here. Hack is 0 for 3. Brewer, fastball misses up high. Chopper to short. This could be 2. Russell flips to Jackie on the first. 6-4-3 double play. And Brewer gets out of the inning. Sorry, that was Corcoran. I forgot Corcoran is in for Russell. Little short little flip there. Corcoran wisely did not try to step on the bag himself. He was behind the bag a bit. So Fergie Jenkins' day is done as well, and this will now become a battle of the bullpen. Sean Marshall, who didn't appear in the Giants series, 3-1, a 3.33 ERA in 53 appearances for the Cubs during the regular season. A similar deal to the Dodgers in the last half of the inning, where they're starting a lefty out of the bullpen, even though a righty is up first, but two lefties up after that. Again, that three-batter rule kind of changes your bullpen management. Final stats on Jenkins. He was very solid yet again today. 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. So Jenkins and Koufax are done. And now we get into the bullpen here. Sean Marshall, as the Dodgers have the top of the order up here in the top of the 8th of Game 1. Here's Jackie Robinson. Jackie is 1 for 2 with a walk. Two straight sliders miss away. It's 2-0 from Marshall to Robinson. Jackie pulls the curveball foul. It was a disappointing regular season for Jackie Robinson. Start of his playoffs disappointing as well, but he has started to show signs of coming around. He homered in Game 5 against the Phillies. Reached base a couple of times here today. 3-1 from Marshall. Robinson, 1 hopper to short. Dallin picks it cleanly, throws the first, and there's 1 away. So Robinson set aside. Here's Pete Reeser. Reeser 0 for 3. Struck out in the 6th, and I gotta wonder, Reeser, as a platoon guy, Reeser is really not very good against lefties, if I remember. Oh, he's not terrible. Let's see, Lopes. You know what? Reeser hit 300 during the season. I don't feel like that's an appreciable upgrade by getting Reeser out of there. I'm going to let Reeser hit for himself here, I think. So Reeser will stay in against the lefty. The guy on, I might consider something different. Rick Sutcliffe has joined Felix Rodriguez throwing in the Cubs bullpen. 1-0 pitch from Marshall. Fastball at the knees. It's 1-1. Marshall rocks. Fires. Reeser, high fly ball out to left center. He gets a good charge into this one. That's back. It's a 1-hopper off the base of the wall. Reeser streaking towards second. Pulls in with a 1-out double. And the Dodgers have a runner in scoring position here in the top of the 8th. So Reeser gets left in to hit and comes through. And now here's Dan Brothers. Brothers is 1 for 3. On the fence about an intentional walk here. I think if he goes to 2-0, we'll walk. And he does. All right. Brothers, again, not swinging a great bat right now, but he is dangerous. And with Reeser, if Reeser was at first, I wouldn't do an intentional walk out and obviously force him. But now you're trying to create a double play situation here. They're already behind Brothers 2-0. You don't want to give Brothers a cookie. He can make this a 4-2 game really quickly. You've got the slow-footed Campanella coming up. I don't think Marshall is the guy to face him. Campy 1 for 3. Had the double earlier, scored a run. Clark the Cub trying to get the Cubbies fans to back up Marshall here. So going to the bullpen, Felix Rodriguez was very good this year. 2.47, 9-2. Rodriguez gets the call here. Campanella, Wheat, and Collins.
Your attention, please.
So Rodriguez comes on. He's made one postseason appearance. He's appeared once in the Giants series, worked a scoreless inning. And now Felix Rodriguez will come in trying to get a ground ball or a strikeout here against Roy Campanella. Campanella's 1 for 3. Rodriguez deals. First pitch, fastball, taken for a strike. And 1. Rodriguez deals. High fastball. Campanella fouls it straight back. So Rodriguez ahead of him 0-2 here. One away. Rodriguez deals. Down in the dirt, blocked nicely by Hartnett. And the runners will have to hold. That would have been disastrous for the Cubs had that gotten through. Rodriguez deals. Campanella fouls off another. 1-2 as Rodriguez faces Campanella here. It's the pitch. Campanella goes after a two-seamer down low and fouls it off. 1-2 pitch. Gets him with the changeup down low, and Campanella fired up, flings his bat away in disgust. Terrific pitch from Rodriguez. And Campanella swings over the top of it. 4 straight fastballs, then a two-seamer, and then a changeup down by the dirt. So now it's up to Zach Wheat. Wheat is 1 for 3. He's already driven in a run in this ballgame. Rodriguez deals. First pitch fastball looks good, but called a ball. Crowd here in Chicago not loving that call, to put it mildly. Breaking ball. Wheat pops it up. Santos underneath it, puts it away. Rodriguez gets out of the jam, and we stay tied heading to the bottom of inning number 8. A lot of bat throwing from the Dodgers the last 2 at-bats. 2-man on. Campanella strikes out. Wheat pops up. And now Larry Sherry will come on for the Dodgers to throw the bottom of the 8th. Now he's to start the inning. The right-hander, 1 appearance against the Giants, worked 2/3 of an inning. Andy Pafko set to start things off for the Cubbies here. All right, so let's go and see from the Dodgers' perspective. Van Mungo is throwing. You got to have the lefty going. I think you got to have Steve Howe going at this point too. So we'll get Howe throwing for the Dodgers. On the Cubbies side of things, Sutcliffe is throwing. Let's get Larry French throwing as well. Honestly, I'm not sure Sutcliffe really is the guy at this point. Sutcliffe 6. Don Elston was excellent. You're getting into the 9th. Elston's your guy. So Elston and French, your 2 setup guys, will warm up to possibly pitch the 9th. Pafko. Let me see. Options against the righty. You got Leon Durham. You got Ian Happ. You got Walt Morton. Pafko hasn't been great. We'll hit 261 on the year. Morton didn't really play very much, actually. Happ, 279. Happ's actually a little bit better against lefties, though. I think I'm feeling like letting Leon Durham take a crack at this for the I'm going to let Durham take a crack at this for the Cubs.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
So Durham will come on to pinch hit for Andy Pafko against the right-hander Sherry.
2-1.
Here in the bottom of the 8th of Game 1 of the NLCS at Wrigley. It's been a great one here in Chicago. Sherry delivers. Durham takes a first pitch strike down the middle. Oh, and 1 the count. Sherry deals. Fastball misses low. One and 1 the count. Breaking ball. Durham skies it to center. Davis is underneath it. Puts it away for out number 1.
Now batting, number 54.
So that'll bring up Dallin. Dallin is 2 for 3. He's got a pair of singles. He's scoring a run. Sherry deals. Curveball inside. Dallin jackknifes away from it. One and 0 the count. Sherry deals. Fastball up high. Swung on and missed. One and 1. Sherry delivers. Poked down the right field line. Slice and foul. 1 and 2 the count. Sherry deals. Breaking ball gets him. Beautiful slider from Sherry. Picks up the strikeout, and there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th.
The batter, the catcher, Gabby Hartnett.
So that'll bring up Hartnett. He's 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch slider in for a called strike. Sherry working from the set. Delivers. Fastball down and away. They say Hartnett didn't go. One and 1 the count. Hartnett, high fly ball out to right center. He hits this ball pretty well. Reeser giving chase, going back, still going back. It's off the wall. Hartnett around first, does not run well. He will pull in at second with a 2-run double. A 2-out double, not a 2-run double. That would have been better. 2-out double for Gabby Hartnett. And the Cubs have the lead run at second. Gabby not speedy, but pulls in at second. He slid, though he didn't have to. All right, so now let's evaluate this one again. So Sherry has faced the 3 men that he needed to face. Baez is 0 for 3. I think the first thing from the Cubbies is you're running for Gabby Hartnett here. You need to try to get this run home on a single. So we'll deal with the pinch runner first. Nobody is really fast, but they're all faster than Hartnett. All right, so Woody English will come in for Baez. That way, or will come in for Hartnett. That's the first one. Woody English will come in to run. And now, I think they're going to a pinch hitter here, too. Baez has been terrible. He hasn't had a hit yet in the postseason. You can't have Javi Baez be your bat here. Ian Happ is going to get the call. So Happ comes on to pinch hit. 1 for 8 so far in the playoffs. Now we'll go over to the Dodgers side. Half worse, better contact against lefties. The power's a little bit better, but he's worse against lefties for sure overall. So Steve Howe is going to come on to try to deal with Ian Happ here.
Your attention, please.
That'll move Happ around to the right-hand side. Howe has a save in the postseason. 3 appearances, is yet to allow a run or a hit. Now, Howe will try to deal with Happ. You're not going to walk Happ here to create a force because Lang is up next, has been the hottest hitter for the Cubs. So Howe is going to go after Ian Happ here. Runner on second, 2 down. 2-2 ball game, game 1 of the NLCS. First pitch from Howe, misses up high. Happ pulls this one hard, but foul. 1-1 the count. Happ hooked that one a bit. Howe delivers. Fastball up high, swung on and missed, and the count goes to 1-2. Howe from the set. Cubs faithful on their feet. Happ pokes this one to first. Brothers has it, and the side is retired. Now let's see if I can move myself over to the Cubs just so I can make sure I handle their lineup situation properly here. So Happ softly lines out the brothers. Howe gets them out of the jam. We'll head to the 9th here at Wrigley. Dodgers 2, Cubs 2. All right, so Johnny misses. Happ. Who do we have out of position? We're going to have Happ go into left. Well, no. We'll let Durham stay in there so that Durham can possibly get another at bat. Because the closer's a righty. So Durham will stay in left. Dallin stays at short. So Happ will give way to Darwin Barney. Actually, no, let's do the catcher one first, since that's the one the game flagged. Woody English comes out. Johnny Kling comes in.
Your attention, please. This seems defensively for the Cubs. Now,
and now, we'll also deal with Darwin Barney coming in for Ian Happ. Play second.
Number 2, now at second. Number 15.
As far as the pitching, Rodriguez needed 8 pitches. You have 2 guys ready in the bullpen. Collins is much worse against lefties, so we go to Larry French here for the Cubs.
Your attention, please.
French worked 1 game in the series against the Giants, an inning in the 3rd, scoreless out of the Cubbies bullpen. Now, if you're the Dodgers, sorry, just making sure everybody's kind of, both teams are managed appropriately here. Collins, great against righties, not so much against lefties. I think Davey Lopes is going to get the call here.
Your attention, please.
So Davey Lopes will come on to pinch hit for Ripper Collins. Lopes also gives you a speed element if he can get on. Two-two, top of the 9th. It has been a terrific game 1 here in the NLCS for year 4 of the FSBL. First pitch for French is a called strike. 0-1 the count. Brent delivers. That one's fouled off. O2 pitch. Splitter is fouled away. Steals again. 0-2 delivery. Lopes line drive. Base hit for Davey Lopes into center. Lang cuts it off. Lopes will take the turn but hold it first. So Davey Lopes reaches to start the top of the ninth. That'll bring up Willie Davis. And the Cubs are, all right, well, I can't really do anything about that. So the Cubs put Walt Morin in for Leon Durham to play left field there, because Morin's a marginally better outfield than Durham is, which is a little bit of a waste, but I can't worry about that too much. I guess Durham probably is rated to play first base and right, so he's not actually rated to play left, and that's why I did that. For the Cubbies, though, I want to make sure that, no, you're going to sit. I'm going to have to track this. Sutcliffe will sit. Have Lee Smith warm up. Even in a tie game, when French has faced his three batters here, kind of feels like Lee Smith would come into this game to try to hold it where it is if necessary. Davis squares the bunt, puts it down, and it's a beauty. Great bunt from Davis. They may not get anybody, and they won't. Bunt base hit for Willie Davis. So now it's first and second for the Dodgers. Nobody out here in the top of the ninth. A beautiful bunt from Willie Davis. And the Dodgers have two men on and nobody out. Here's Tommy Corcoran. Corcoran came in for Russell. Screwball in for a call strike. You wonder if Corcoran will be called on to bunt. Right hitting defense for a shortstop. Could be called on to try to get them to second and third here. He takes a curveball that's called a strike. As they put Sutcliffe back up with Smith. All right. That's fine. 0-2 the count. French delivers. This is outside, 1-2. Cubs in a tough spot right now, first and second, nobody out, top of the ninth of a tie game in what has been a terrific game one here in the NLCS. French delivers. This is outside again with the screwball. It's 2-2. Yikes. Yeah, Todd, that pretty much summed that up. Sacrifice ends up not even getting the out. 2-2. Lopes on second, Davis on first. So there's speed on the bases for the Dodgers. French deals. Screwball misses. It's 3-2. French delivers. Ground ball to second. Not hit hard. Tag, throw to first. And it's a double play. Oh, terrific job by Darwin Barney. He was going to flip it and then made the tag instead. Terrific work from Darwin Barney, who is in for Javi Baez. And now it's George Pinckney. Dodgers don't have another third baseman. Well, actually, you could move Jackie. You could move Jackie to third. Then you lose the DH if you move Lopes to second. this is the kind of situation that actually caused the lockup in the Game 5 against the Phillies. But I really want to manage this properly. But if Pinckney comes, so if the Cubs take French out here, they'd go to Smith. So if the Dodgers went to Mondesi, the Cubs would go to Smith. Kind of feel like the Dodgers might say, let's have Pinckney take our chances against French rather than bring Lee Smith into this game. So we're going to kind of leave it where it's at. Pinckney is 0 for 3. Breaking ball grounded to first. Cavaretta has it, takes it to the bag, and French bends but doesn't break. And the Cubs get out of the inning. Both teams have missed opportunities. We'll see who it costs. We head to the bottom of the ninth at Wrigley, 2-2. Howe only needed 4 pitches. All right. So you've got Lang, but then you've got Cavaretta, and then you've got Santo. Dodgers, Saito has started to throw. Okay, that's what I wanted. We'll let Howe deal with Lang and Cavaretta, and then we'll evaluate things when it's Santo's time. Lang is 0 for 4. Fastball at the top of the zone, strike 1. Lang has been the hottest Cubs hitter through that Giants series. Dodgers have stifled him here today. 0-1 pitch from Steve Howe. Fastball at the top of the zone, so Howe working high, and it's 0-2. Now Howe has some room to work. 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses inside. One and 2. Howe delivers. Fastball misses up high. 2-2 the count. Howe wanted that top high strike call. He didn't get that one. That one was a little further up. Two and 2. Campanella sets up away. Slider there is fouled off. 2 pitch. Lang chases fastball, swung on and missed, and there's one away here in the bottom of the ninth. Big strikeout for Steve Howe. See the sequence, started up top of the zone, staying high and away, then went down on the slider and went down with the fastball to follow it up. Here's Cavaretta. Cavaretta 2 for 4. And the big game-tying single. Tried to hold up. They say he went on the fastball away. It's 0-1. Howe delivers. Fastball. Cavaretta fouls it off. 0-2 the count. Howe deals. Sinker misses down low. 1-2 offering. Cavaretta, high fly ball to right. Going back on it. Reeser and Davis, it splits the gap. Cavaretta's around first, heading for second. And Phil Cavaretta has his 3rd hit of the ball game. It's a 1-out double here in the bottom of the ninth. So Cavaretta, his 2nd big hit of the ball game. Put that one into the gap. Off of Steve Howe. All right, so now you have Santo. Santo's running would mean nothing. So the first thing is you're going to walk Santo here to create the double play situation. Now you have two lefties up, so Howe's going to get to stay in here and deal with Nicholson. Nicholson is 1 for 3. Double and an RBI. Howe had not allowed a run in this postseason to this point. He was terrific during the season. He's in a jam now. 1 out, first and second. Slider misses down low. Bill Nicholson, who will fight Chase Utley for Rookie of the Year honors this year. The Cubs have left 11 men on base. The Dodgers have left 7. Both teams have had opportunities. They sit tied at 2 in the bottom of the 9th inning of Game 1. 1-1, Howe to Nicholson. Nicholson rips it to right field. That's a base hit. Reeser's going to come up throwing. They're going to wave the runner around. Here's the throw home. It's not in time. It's a walk-off single for Bill Nicholson. And the Cubs take Game 1 in walk-off fashion at Wrigley in the bottom of the 9th. Bill Nicholson comes through off of Steve Howe. And the Cubs have won Game 1 of the NLCS 3-2. Oh, boy. What a freaking game. Phil Cavaretta, a pair of huge hits. Nicholson comes through with the walk-off hit, and the Cubs take Game 1. Larry French gets the win. Steve Howe takes the loss. Both teams had all sorts of opportunities, but in the end, the Cubs cash in on the final one. The walk-off single from Bill Nicholson. And the Cubs take Game 1, 3-2. Oh boy, that was a fun one to call. Check out some highlights there. There's Nicholson. Nicholson had that big RBI double in the first that started off the scoring. RBI double from Jackie Robinson. Got the Dodgers on the board. The big hit from Cavaretta that tied the game at 2. And then the biggest of them all. That's a huge double play there, actually. And then Bill Nicholson with the walk-off. 3 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Cubbies. 2 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Dodgers. Phil Cavaretta rightly gets player of the game honors, 3 for 5. The game-tying hit in the bottom of the 4th, and then the double that set up the walk-off in the bottom of the 9th. Oh, appreciate that, Dwayne. Thank you. Are you sure you don't rig these games? I'll take that as a compliment, Todd. Hey, Greg. Yeah, this was a good one. You'll want to take this one in. That was a fun one to get this NLCS started with. Again, Koufax was not at his best, but Koufax ground his way through, and then both teams' bullpens did a solid job. But Nicholson comes through. Yeah, now that error in the first looks big, right? That Pinckney error that led to the first Cubs run. Absolutely. For sure. Games like these, you can't afford those little mistakes. And the Dodgers made them. So that'll do it here. Again, appreciate you guys all tuning in. Dwayne and Todd and Greg getting in late. That's all right. Appreciate you popping by anyway. Nathaniel was here. Jeff Hunter and Widowmaker were here as well. Good crowd in the chat. Appreciate that, guys. And appreciate all you tuning in who were listening in the background or however you take this game in. I will hopefully have ALCS Game 1 late tonight, but that's kind of up in the air. If it's not tonight, we'll have that tomorrow. Red Sox and Twins from the Metrodome. Pedro Martinez and Bert Blyleven. Bang that like button if you haven't as of yet. Subscribe if you haven't as of yet. And most importantly, be good to each other. And we'll talk soon. The Cubs walk it off at Wrigley to take Game 1 of the NLCS.